Hari Om. Good morning, children. Wish you all a very happy day. Today, let us do with the supplementary of Unit 2, Life of Pi. This lesson conveys that any sort of trek or an adventure requires grit and a strong will to survive the odds and emerge unscathed. Most importantly, you should carry an emergency kit. Now, this is a fantasy. This is a Canadian fantasy, an adventure novel by Jan Martel, published in 2001. The novel begins with a note from the author, which is an integral part of it. So today, let's do with Life of Pi. Pi is actually a character, and this is a fantasy written by Jan Martel. Let's know about the author now. Jan Martel was born in Spain to French-Canadian parents. Martel's father worked as a diplomat, and the family moved to Costa Rica, France, Mexico and Canada during Martel's childhood. He grew up speaking both French and English. Martel studied philosophy at Trent University in Ontario and later spent a year in India visiting religious sisters and zoos. His first 3 books received little critical or popular attention, but with the publication of Life of Pi in 2001, Martel became internationally famous and he was awarded the Man Booker Prize in 2002. Now let's do with the lesson. We have 2 important characters in this lesson. The first one, Piscine Molita. Piscine Molita is the protagonist of the story, which means he is the hero of the story, and we are given to understand that Francis Adiruba Swami, a close business associate of his father, a swimming champion, taught him to swim. He also gave him his unusual name, Piscine Molita, and which is named after the swimming club he used to frequent. And he gets his name Pi from the name of the club. Pi's father once ran a zoo in Pondicherry. As the political situation in India was volatile, he decided to shift the family to Canada. So they set sail in a cargo ship on June 21st, 1977. A crew and many cages full of animals sailed along with them in the cargo ship. This is a story about Piscine Molita. It is an unusual name and he has derived it from the name of a club actually, and it was named by his father's friends. That is what we are given to understand. Piscine Molita is an Indian boy from Pondicherry, and he survives 227 days after a shipwreck. The second character is the Bengal tiger. The Bengal tiger, which was weighing 450 pounds and 9 feet long. These are the 2 main characters that we come across in this story. Now let us do with the lesson. So we are introduced with the 2 characters, Piscine Molita, the son of a zookeeper, and he traveled along with a tiger named Richard Parker. Actually his name was Thirsty, and by mistake he was given as a Richard Parker by his father, and thereafter the name of the Bengal tiger. So they started their journey on June 21st, 1977. It was actually a crew and many cage full of animals that sailed along with them in that cargo ship. When the cargo ship was sailing in the middle of Pacific Ocean, there was a huge storm. Ship started sinking and Pi jumped into a lifeboat, and very soon he found himself in the company of Richard Parker, a tiger, a zebra, a hyena, and a orangutan in the name of orange juice, all in the state of shock. That is what is given here. He stuck on a lifeboat in the Pacific Ocean with the Bengal tiger named Richard Parker. Pi survived in a lifeboat with zebra and orangutan in the name of orange juice, a hyena, and Bengal tiger named Richard Parker. Very soon he found himself in the company of Richard Parker, a tiger, a zebra, a hyena, and orangutan, and all in a state of shock. Pi finds himself alone and orphaned. He was hanging on to an oar, and he had a number of troubles around him, like an adult tiger in front of him, sharks beneath him, and with storm raging around him. And therefore he lost all his hope of surviving. Hope you got it. The ship had wrecked. He had found a small lifeboat, and he found that he was not alone. He was along with a zebra, an orangutan, a hyena, and a tiger named Richard Parker. He was shocked, and the animals were shocked too, and he lost all his hope of surviving. He had all sorts of troubles there. So beneath he had this sharks, the waves splashing against him. In front he had the predator, the man-eater, the tiger, and all. Yet these elements did not drain hope for living. 1 second he thought he had lost all his hope of surviving. There he stands great. He had not given up there. He had used the objects, the elements there, and he did not drain hope for living, and believed that it might be God's will. So once again we are talking about Piscine Molitor along with the Bengal tiger, the two chief characters of the story. They had met with a shipwreck, and thereafter they had taken a lifeboat. And when he thought he was just losing his hope, with the help of the objects and the elements he found around him, he tried to manage and thought it was God's will, and he developed a sort of grit and determination, and with hope he just started. He was just drifting like that for 2.5 days. And after drifting for 2.5 days in the lifeboat, he could not move at all. Only then he understood that he was pinned by weakness. He had not drunk or eaten for the past 3 days, and that was the obvious explanation for his weakness. He was so thirsty and thought it should be quenched. And the words thirst and the drinking water prompted Pi to go in search of water, as he was afraid that he might die. The second part, he has understood that he had drifted along for 2.5 days without eating or drinking even a drop of water. Now look at the situation there. Water everywhere, not a single drop of water to drink. What is the use in having the surrounded water there? He was so thirsty, which could be quenched only by the fresh water. And this thought itself made him go in search of water. It is said that thirst is worse than hunger. It is quoted that even Jesus Christ, who died on the cross, yearned for water only before dying. So he needed to quench his thirst there. Thirst is worse than hunger. And this motivated him to go in search of water. Now, where to go and search for water there? Only then, a sudden divine rod in his mind dipped sharply, and he remembered the amenities of a genuine regulation lifeboat. Okay, it was an advanced lifeboat, and he thought the captain might have secured the elementary of safety measures to his crew. Bearing this in mind, he just started searching for water. He went in search of water, but he had in front of him the hyena, but he did not fear for hyena, and he thought that he should face it bravely. And even the hyena acted as if he wanted to hide from Pai, who seemed to be the prey of the great beast, the tiger. Okay, he was drifting for 2.5 days without even eating and a drop of water. So he wanted to search for water now, and then thinking of the captain's idea of the genuinity of the ship, he felt that there must be some security measures there in the boat, and thereafter he went in search for water. But he had all these animals in front of him like hyena, zebra, orangutan and all that. He was afraid of this hyena, but later on he just put it aside, and even the hyena did not want to act against him, as found that it was a prey of the great beast, the tiger. But the tiger was not behaving like a great beast to such an extent that it had taken liberties. The hyena had taken liberties. I've already told you, in the lifeboat he was not left alone. He was accompanied by the Bengal tiger, the biggest creature, the great beast, a hyena, a zebra and a orangutan. And it had taken the dominance over it such that it had killed the orangutan and the zebra, and it was afraid to touch the prey of the great beast, Pai. Now there were only two reasons for this Richard Parker's passivity. Maybe due to sedation and sickness. So those were the two reasons why the Richard Parker remained passive. Once again, he was often without food and water for 3 days, and therefore he was pushed to search for water in the lifeboat. As his thirst overpowered his fear of tiger, he went exploring for fresh water. Now let us look at the stock of the lifeboat. The lifeboat was 3.5 feet deep, 8 feet wide and 28 feet long. It was designed in such a way that it could accommodate 32 people, but at present it appeared cramped due to the presence of 3 animals. And moreover, all the objects or the elements found in the boat were orange in color. Maybe the tarpaulin, life jackets, lifeboats, the oar, including the plastic whistles, seemed to be orange in color, the color of survival. I think you are given the picture there. You can just look at the picture there. You can just see hyena, the orangutan, the tiger, and I think you can just make out the size of the boat given there, and the passivity of the Richard Parker, the tiger. As he found the tarpaulin, he unrolled the tarpaulin and saw a metal door near the tiger. Now with caution, he undid open the hasp and pulled the lid opened. And finally he was rewarded with the beautiful sight that gave him joy. he found stacks and stacks of packaged drinking water cans. See, the distraction from the animals helped him to satisfy his thirst. He finds water and manages to drink it to quench his thirst there. So it was below the tarpaulin where he had the tiger, but not minding about the animals. He just went, removed the tarpaulin, and he just found stacks and stacks of water cans there. Now he searched for the opener. He had to drink water or he would die. And after the sight of the water, his pulse rate raised at the thought of the cool water. And therefore he was forced to use the hooks of the tarpaulin to make a hole, even a larger hole on the can, and drank the water. Hope you understand, children. We had seen the size of the boat, and we had seen the animals that accompanied Pai, and he was searching, exploring for fresh water. Understanding the safety measures done by the captain, he just went in search. He found a tarpaulin. On removing the tarpaulin, he just found a case where he could view the water cans there. Thereafter, he managed to drink it to quench his thirst. He was unable to find an opener, and with the help of the hooks, he just opened it, made a large hole, and drank the water. And after drinking the water, he could not describe his feelings as the tasty, heavenly, cool, fresh water flowed through his parched throat. It was dry, and the liquid life, that's what Raman quotes it as elixir of life. Water, the elixir of life. He drank 4 cans of water, and thereafter he developed a sense of well-being, and he overcame the situation there. He regained his lost strength and suppleness and was coming back from the world of the dead to life. Pai came back to life, and since after drinking the elixir of life. The presence of the tiger is both a sign of fear and protection. Now I think he has used an irony there. Pai realized that the water rations could last him for 124 days. He found stacks and stacks of water, and he could use it for 124 days there. And he faced the truth that it was Richard who calmed him down. Initially he had scared him, but now it is a Richard who had brought him peace, purpose, and even wholeness in him. Therefore, Pai felt he had to thank as well as tame Richard, and decided they should live together or die together, and that was the only solution. And the presence of the tiger had put him away from all sorts of thoughts of his family, the sad thoughts and whatever it is, and he had thrived because of the tiger. So the irony brought in the text is that the tiger had scared him initially, but later on it had boosted him the courage and brought him peace, purpose, and even wholeness. And Pai understood that it was a tiger who helped him survive for 227 days. And finally he understood it must be tamed, for it had helped him to put away the thought of his sad plight of his family. Now the great beast pushed him to live on for 227 days. As I already told you, the message conveyed through the lesson is we need to have a lot of grit and determination, and that is that Pai had. It's because of his perseverance that he had thrived for 227 days. Finally, he leaves a tiger in the forest. When a ship comes to pick him up, he shows the closeness of the tiger and the main character, Pai. Hope you have understood the lesson. The lesson seemed to be very simple. It is also made into a film there and had fetched him a Man Booker Prize in 2002. So coming to recall the lesson once again, let us move through the key points. So this is a message conveyed. A trek or an adventure requires a grit, and here it talks about the voyage. Pisin Molitor, the chief character, an Indian boy from Pondicherry. He survived 220 days after a shipwreck. He stuck on a lifeboat in the Pacific Ocean with the Bengal tiger named Richard Parker. He survived in a lifeboat with zebra, an orangutan, a hyena, and a Bengal tiger named Richard Parker. Seeing this, Pai lost all his hope of surviving. But later on, with the elements, he just managed to develop a courage and started moving. Only then he realized he had been without eating or drinking for 3 days, and thereafter he was to quench his thirst, which led him to go in search of what? He started exploring for water, which he found the thirst pushed him to search for water in the lifeboat, and this thirst overpowered his fear of the tiger, and he went exploring for fresh water. Of course, the distraction from the animals helped him to satisfy his thirst. He found fresh water, stacks and stacks of fresh water in the cans. After drinking it, he just came back to sense. The tiger, which was initially a frightening character, later had made him to live in peace, harmony, and wholeness there. He understood that it was a tiger who helped him survive for 227 days, and he felt a bit sad to leave it in the forest, and when a ship comes to picking him up, he shows away.